Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, and welcome to today's video. If you're new to current world history, please consider subscribing, and click that notification bell to never miss an upload. In this video, we will be discussing the 1867 Russian sale of Alaska to the United States. Many never knew that Alaska was once land owned by Russia, and even less know that America was able to purchase Alaska from the Russians for approximately 37 cents per acre in today's world. World politics in the 1860s is important to understand when talking about how America was able to snag such a sweet deal from the Russians. But before we can talk about that, it's important that we discuss how the Russians acquired the territory to begin with. In 1741, Tsar Peter the Great dispatched Russian naval officer Vitus Bering to explore the Alaskan coast, and by later that year, Bering had made it to the Alaskan mainland. Russia took an immediate interest in the region, as they had discovered an abundance of natural resources useful to their empire, in addition to a large population of fur-bearing mammals. At the time, Russian fur traders had completely overhunted Siberia, so with the discovery of Alaska's untouched fur-bearing mammal population, Russia made the Alaskan coast a key objective. In addition to this economic interest for the fur trade, Russia also saw this as an opportunity to compete with other European nations who had already taken to imperializing the Americas and the Pacific at large. With the fur trade having become a lucrative enterprise for the Russians, they had attracted unwanted attention from their European counterparts. To snuff out potential competition, the Russian Empire extended their claim over Alaska. In 1784, Catherine the Great secured Russia's first permanent settlement of Three Saints Bay in modern-day Kodak Island. In 1799, the Russian-American Company was formed to monopolize the fur trade, securing Russia's importance in the region for the foreseeable future. That future quickly encountered many problems. The native Tlingit people had grown a resentment towards the Russian hunters and trappers who had been arriving on their land and disturbing their way of life. In 1802, Tlingit warriors attacked the settlement of Old Sitka, leaving New Russia as the only remaining outpost on the mainland. Despite this setback, Russia fought back against the natives, and in 1804 recaptured the settlement in the Battle of Sitka. With this win, the natives signed a temporary peace agreement that was maintained until the end of Russia's involvement in Alaska. The Russian-American Company then moved to capture the sea otter grounds of Northern California. By the middle of the 19th century, however, profits for the colony were in steep decline. Facing a major shortage in furs due to overhunting the sea otter population to near extinction, profits plummeted for the colony. The final nail in the coffin for Russia's Alaskan holdings was the Crimean War. With Russia suing for peace in 1856, it was clear that the British and French forces had bested the nation, after 3 years of bloody fighting, leaving 500,000 Russians dead. The war weakened the Russian army, drained the treasury, and undermined Russia's influence in Europe. Russia would take decades to recover, but the humiliation forced Russia to identify the empire's problems and to recognize the need for fundamental reforms. One of these reforms became the abandonment of their Alaskan colony in North America. In an effort to divide the powers of the Pacific, the Russians opened negotiations with the United States in 1859 for the acquisition of Alaska. This in order to undermine the French and British powers in the Pacific, who would be angered to see another player take Russia's place for colonial dominance. America had its own problems at the time, however, with a looming civil war causing the Americans to delay the sale. But on March 30th, 1867, Secretary of State William Seward agreed to Russia's offer. President Andrew Johnson signed the treaty on May 28th, and Alaska was formally transferred to the United States on October 18th, 1867, for $7.2 million. Today, this purchase would have been valued at $133 million, or 37 cents per acre. While this was popularly known at the time as Seward's Folly, with the public chastising the Secretary of State for purchasing useless land during Reconstruction, it is safe to say that he would now be forgiven and even congratulated for his wise purchase. Just 29 years later, in 1896, the Klondike Gold Rush began, attracting thousands to the frontier in search of their fortune. The region would also prove invaluable to maintaining the U.S. presence in the Pacific throughout World War II and beyond, earning the region's statehood in 1959. It is safe to say that the purchase of Alaska in 1867 played a key role in the United States' prosperity throughout the 20th century and beyond. Alaska is known as the largest state in the Union, being popularly known as the last frontier. The land, its resources, and what it represents for the freedom of America will be used for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video. If you wish to see me cover something in a future video, leave a suggestion in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to see more videos in the future just like this one. Until next time, take it easy.